Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
everyone. We're back.
We're back with Note for Note. So, if you seeing this or listening for the first time, our mission is to help you to discover great music, and that's why we're here. Uh, I just want like a few things before we go into our episode tonight, which is I'm I'm
It's
I'm
gonna be a good one.
I'm so excited about this for kind of very obvious reasons. We're gonna talk about my favorite artist, my favorite album of my favorite artist, Djavan. But before we go to Djavan, I'm wearing like a Maneskin shirt today, and
Beetlejuice.
right, so Maneskin
On
is in
this side?
Brazil, so they just had their concert in Rio and the concert in São Paulo, and
Yes.
guys, our video of Maneskin is like almost 3,000
Thank
views.
you so
So
much again.
I'm
It's
so
insane.
thrilled for that, for all of that. And tonight this guy, I mean Djavan, he's an amazing Brazilian artist. So if you've never heard of him, look him up. We're gonna talk about just one album of Djavan, which is, in my opinion, his best album. There's several reasons why I think this is the best album of Djavan. And we're gonna kind of go over the songs and also go over like some of kind of behind the scenes stories about this album and things like that. So this is the cover of the album,
Very
Djavan
nice
Lewis.
cover.
Very nice. The whole story. To start with the story of this album. I mean, actually, before we go there, so let's not forget. Please like this video.
Yes.
Please follow us
Like and comment
on
and
Instagram.
subscribe.
Right there is here a QR code for the channel where we
Our
put all the videos.
Instagrams are down
Go watch
here.
other episodes that we have. There are several episodes and several different artists today. We did so many things, and I think it's the first Brazilian artist that we are
Oh,
covering today,
yes.
and then we had to start really with Djavan. But back to the album here. So Djavan Lewis. So this album is interesting because Djavan, it was like an up and coming artist. So this is a 1982 album. And Djavan is an up and coming artist. And then CBS, his kind of record label at the time, invited Djavan to come to LA to record this album. And this album is like just produced by Ronnie Foster, which is like one legendary kind of producer here in the United States, and he did so much, like so many different works on kind of like soul and funk and Motown, and produced like various artists. Just this there's like this legendary kind of photo that everybody has seen with Djavan on the studio. And this another kind of fun story that Djavan loves to tell this story. But it's like Ronnie Foster was friends and had worked with Stevie Wonder at the time, and he goes to Djavan and say, "Hey, do you want to kind of like do something with Stevie Wonder?" And Djavan was like, "Of course, I want to do something
I
with
mean,
Stevie
who
Wonder.
wouldn't?
Who wouldn't do something with Stevie Wonder, right?" But then Djavan even like recently he told this story on a Brazilian TV show. He didn't have a song, and Ronnie Foster showed him other songs from Djavan. Djavan, no, I needed like a specific song for this. So he goes back to his hotel, and he composes this song, and he says, Stevie Wonder's not gonna sing in Portuguese, obviously, so he's gonna play something. So I'm gonna compose this song and leave some spaces in between the song for Stevie Wonder to like just do something. And then it's like the other interesting things, like the name of the album is Luis, but Luis is actually the second song in that album in the order. The first one turns out to be Samurai, which is the one with the participation of Stevie Wonder, and I think this happened because just the album was ready. And it was like Ronnie Foster comes and say, "Do you want to do like a do you want to do something with Stevie Wonder?" And of course, with the kind of like featuring Stevie Wonder, Samurai actually is the first song of this album. with Stevie Wonder on the harmonica, kind of doing all those in betweens, and it's like just such an amazing song that kind of starts the album. And then,
Starts it off with a bang, really.
It
Like,
starts off with a
even-
bang.
Like, even with sort of like Stevie Wonder at the time, I don't think like Stevie Wonder was like worldwide famous, and if you start an album with Stevie Wonder, bro, like that's
Exactly.
it's like explosion.
And then, the other interesting thing, less known about this picture. So you see kind of like Ronnie Foster is there on this picture on kind of the bottom left of the picture. But, behind Stevie Wonder, there are like two guys. And those two guys are like Jerry Hay and Larry Hall. And those are guys that do trumpet and horns and brass instrument. But what you may or may not know is Jerry Hay, is a legend. This guy has done arrangements like brass and horn arrangements for pretty much everyone that you can imagine. So if you remember those crazy phrases like September, Earth, Wind and Fire, that you go like ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, like that's Jerry Hay, and then you're gonna listen to some of those songs on Djavan album now, and you're gonna recognize those kind of brass and horn kind of phrases, and it's like Jerry Hay, this legendary arranger for kind of brass and horn, that is also on this album. And there's like so many great musicians. Like Djavan brings Sururu di Capote, which is his band at the time, and he meets Sururu di Capote with like so many great American musicians, and the combination of like that sheer talent just produces this incredible album. It's like the best and the brightest really kind of coming together. And of course, Djavan incredible lyrics and composition and musicality combined with like basically a group of virtuosi musicians. So if you're actually interested, I put the credits on the description of this video, like the entire credits for every musician that's participating on this on this album. You should check them out. They're like they all have so many different things. Some of them work with like Earth, Wind and Fire and Michael Jackson and things like that. So it's like really an ensemble of artists that make this album so great. So without further ado, now let's listen to Samurai, which is the very first track of this album, and you're gonna see how great this is. All Brazilians probably already know this song, but if you're like American and seeing this and listening to this, I mean, just enjoy how how intricate and how beautiful the music of Djavan is. So I'll leave you guys with Samurai featuring Stevie Wonder. I'll leave you guys with Samurai featuring Stevie Wonder on the harmonica.
Woo.
It's just a little piano, sorry.
I would love to ask you, what was your reaction to hearing this song for the first time?
I think I heard it so early in my life that I couldn't actually appreciate as much as I do today. I loved it, of course, but today I actually appreciate. And of course, I didn't know there was a Stevie Wonder on the harmonica. And you hear the space, right?
It's such a it's funny how this appeared.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
Jerry Hay also did the song that just appeared right now.
Yeah.
It says recommends Marcos Valle, Estrela, and it's like Jerry Hay also did the trumpet.
No,
for
it was
that.
actually not Jerry Hay.
Really?
It was Lincoln Olivetti.
Oh,
Who
sorry.
was highly influenced by Jerry Hay
Yes.
on the arrangements, right?
I
So-
thought it was funny that it recommended.
No, it did, right? Because it has kind of the same style of that period of time. Hello, everybody that's here too. So, Carlos, na frequência. Helena, Mama.
Mas eu tô tão feliz. Dizem que o amor atrai.
It's so like, it's like you don't have any words to describe it. Like it's
Yeah.
just it's the song.
And it's crazy because, you know, you appreciate all those songs, and if you're from Brazil, you got exposed to Djavan very early. But now I'm just like I can appreciate this so much more, and knowing like all those great musicians are
That were-
behind it.
Oh my god, yeah.
Go
I
Stevie.
never would have guessed that all of those people were working on this album.
It's incredible. Like the credits is just like, oh my god. See the brass now coming, the horns. Ba-da-da-bum. And this is Jerry Hay.
Ai, me faz sofrer, faz que me mata, e se não mata, fere.
And the brass coming in on top of the harmonica.
Oh, yeah.
Ba-da-da-bum.
Sem
Right?
me dizer, na casa da paixão.
It's just such a vibe.
Yeah.
You listen to your song and it's just like, not to mention, his vocals are really unique and
Right.
really powerful. Like, I really love his voice. It's very like, he has a very high pitched voice,
Yeah.
and it's like, it's just so like, how do I explain it? It's very soft.
It's unique.
It's very soft of a vocal.
Yeah. It is. And there's some moments of this song that is just so simple, yet perfect. And the brass comes in, the harmonica comes in, everything comes in. It's just like, and it's Stevie, right? I mean,
Stevie, like,
as your mama said, faz teu nome, Stevie. And those vocalizing things
Yeah.
that Djavan does
That's
on top
very
of the
unique
song,
to him.
very, very unique to him. You're gonna see that in a lot of different places. So, by the way, so this was Samurai, guys, featuring Stevie Wonder, the song that opens up this
amazing
album.
song.
So,
Stunning.
Fun fact, they did this program, this TV show last week, right?
Yeah.
And then the challenge there was to pick 7 songs of Djavan to kind of make the playlist, right? And then, you know, the guy who was presenting the show, he was pulling, you know, vinyl records out of a box, and he pulls Louis, and then he goes Louis, and then he goes Louis. So out of the 7 songs, three songs were from this album, because this album is just like hit after hit. So it's like you can't, like, it's just like so many songs that have become so super famous. So in case you're curious, by the way, this song that opened the broadcast, which is on the countdown, this is actually a new album from Milton de Holanda, which is kind of a string player from Brazil, and he did an album just recently dedicated to the music of Djavan. So there's some songs actually that Djavan comes and sings. There are songs that feature other people, and there's songs that are purely instrumental. It's like, you can search it up. Samurai by Milton de Holanda is an excellent album, so check that one out. So before we go on the next song, which is actually the song that titles the album, Luis, Gabi, just tell me about, you know, what Djavan means to you by kind of listening to Djavan, like, here and everything.
It's sort of like, I grew up listening to all the songs because of you. You would always play it whenever we had like barbecue. And you would always play it. We would have barbecue, and you would be making the barbecue, and in the background it would just be this song plus like Ivete and like a bunch of other stuff, and like I just remember having such a good time eating barbecue and listening to these songs. And also, like, we collect like CDs, a lot of CDs for us to like watch and listen to music, like music CDs. And I remember looking at the music CDs section of our living room, and every single time you guys wanted to like listen to Djavon, it was like, "Oh, which one should we pick? There's so many." It was
Yeah.
like-
Yeah.
so yeah, I really associate it with like childhood, and it's like it's really interesting knowing that the most of the people I interact with do not have any idea who Djavon is.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, in my brain it's such a monumental thing, and when I think of other people not having it, it's like y'all are
Is-
missing out. Like
and again, it's such a great artist, such great music. This next track, Luis, is actually my favorite track of the album Luis. I mean, I think they put Samurai to be the first one for obvious reasons, but that was supposed to be the first track. And this, is such an intricate kind of intro, melodics, harmonics, and also the solo that is in the middle is like absolutely
yeah.
spectacular. So let's go with this one, guys. Luis, which is my favorite song of my favorite album of my favorite artist. So it's like a lot of favorites here, but I really love this song. And just the intro with the flute just kills it.
I love the flute in this song. The flute is really, it makes the song so unique.
And the little bass is bum bum.
Uh-huh.
Bum, bum.
Is this his starter album?
No burro a canga na menina,
No,
tango
it's-
verde
I
do
think it's
mar
the
é
second.
verde num tom quase azul do
Now you got into a
infinito
question.
ao
I'm not entirely
Amarelo,
100% certain, but I think it's the second album.
Yeah.
Que não se vê, tá aí como tudo que há. Me aferriu-se de me vê-lo, quanto triste eu falei de
The strings coming in.
Right.
como se no fundo da dor não vivesse a paixão.
I like the little clicks. If you listen hard enough, there's like a lot of little clicks.
Yeah.
It's very like
Um cheiro de amor. É amor quando não diz. É fogo.
I can't even talk over it. I'm just enjoying
No, yeah,
listening
like-
to it.
I want people to actually listen to it, like appreciate, listen to what's there.
There's the brass, the strings, the bass, everything is just so perfect.
Not to mention his rhythms, like the rhythms that he put in the music are so complex. Like he changes it every like
The beat and
ever
everything,
so
right?
seconds.
Now, listen to that. This is sublime.
Insane.
No burro a canga na menina, tango verde do mar é
You
His
have those
voice is
little
so warm.
phrases.
quase azul.
It's warm. Warm is a
That's-
good.
now
Is
I
a
found the
good.
word.
Ao zum.
It's a warm voice.
Amarelo, candomblé, oxum, zamburá pra tirar.
You know,
e
in Portuguese, we have a specific word for his voice that we call agreste,
No.
which means dry and warm
Yeah.
type of thing.
Quanto triste eu falei de dor, como se no
The
fundo da
strings,
dor
the piano, everything
não
just fits so
vivesse a
perfectly.
paixão. Mal me quer, a vida segue seu lamento.
I love
those
the
little
little like the
phrases,
piano. The piano and the flute really give like little like
cheiro de
you know? They're like kind of like
Okay,
sound
so-
effects.
It's fifth album.
Fifth album, wow.
The credits are on the description. There are two bassists. I think one of them may be. Let me check.
Na lição que o sol me traduz, viver da própria luz.
No, they have Abraham Laborio and Cisão Machado Macito as a bassist. So if you look in the description, there are all the credits. I think Larry Williams is the one who plays the flute on this one. But there's a couple guys kind of playing flute, so
Here comes the vocals again, like the little vocalizations
the
that he
vocalizing,
does.
right? Like, yeah, the vocalization. And the brass, right?
Oh yeah.
Always with the signature Jerry Hay kind of brass.
The flute.
So now you're gonna have to go and listen to Earth and Wind and Fire, and then listen to these songs, and you're gonna see what I'm talking about. With Jerry Hay being the guy on the doing kind of the horn and brass arrangements. All right, so the next one is actually one that is a beautiful, deep song, but it's not one of the songs that has become kind of a all-time hit of Djavan. Like, you know, out of this album, there are 10 songs in this album. Out of 10 songs, there are like 8 or 7 who are like all-time hits that Djavan has to play and put on like in almost every concert, every new show that he does and things like that. But this song, it's called Nobreza. And it means to be noble. Or no, how do you call nobreza? It's like the noun of being noble.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank.
I'm
but
also
yeah,
drawing a blank.
It means
It's noble.
yeah,
Being noble.
Exactly.
Noble can use this.
exactly. So, but it's a beautiful, deep song, and I think it's just like this is one that you sit. Again, remember the cognac from last episode? This is another one that I can go with like some, you know, something like deep like that. It's just the piano of this song is absolutely
Oh yeah, the
amazing.
piano is what really. It's interesting because each song have like a different instrument that takes the lead or like is very whatchamacallit? Very. What is it? Noticeable.
Yeah. There's
Notable.
always an accent thing,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Something that song is known for. Like Luz is like not the piano, the flute.
Yeah.
Samurai is the harmonica.
Yeah. There's always some.
This one's the piano.
Yeah.
No entanto, você sorri.
And this is the one that his voice is above everything.
Oh
too.
yeah.
Concedendo-me a
But there's like
graça de ver talhada em você a nobreza de frente.
There was this meme this week that I even posted on our Instagram, which
God.
like normal people listening to music is like, oh, I like this song. Like us listening to music, we're like breaking everything down in our heads and like, there's a bass, there's this thing, there's this other thing. So I can't escape. We can't help it, right?
It's just built into us.
Yeah.
It's so like
Uma grande
drama film.
amizade
It is.
assim.
I can imagine a character in a movie like having their sort of like heartbreaking moment of sorrow.
I would bet, although I'm not certain, that this song was in a novella. In a
Oh,
Brazilian
definitely.
novella.
Alegria de ver
I think at some point Mama would know.
amando prazer
Nobreza.
acenando pra gente.
And now this is how it grows
O
now.
amor crescendo em
It's very orchestra.
como capim pros meus dentes.
This ending.
Yup. It's very
I'm like
very
all. I
classic.
mean, I'm not kidding. I'm like just like. oh my
Imagine
God.
like hearing this with like an orchestra in person. I think I would cry.
So, this was Nobreza, and it's this beautiful song. This ending, and it's a song that is like this ending, just kind of grows and kind of like closes the song just so
It closes and then
beautifully.
it grows and it fades away really
Right?
quick.
It's like this kind of like almost like a sweet.
It's like the last push of
Yeah.
energy in a person.
Exactly. The last push of energy is a good way to describe this. Oh, this one, the next one is actually Mama's favorite song from this album. And it's called Capim,
Capim.
which is, interesting enough. Like Nobreza ends is with like Como Capim.
Yep.
And
And
then
it
the next
transitions-
song
yeah.
is named Capim. And then it speaks a lot about intent of like how you actually like the artist order things within the album. So, it ends, the Nobreza does this sweep that mentions like Capim, and then the next song is actually Capim. Which is another song that has a very, very interesting beat and rhythm. Like speaking of like Djavan rhythms, and you're gonna see
He has very
that,
unique
like,
rhythms when it comes
his
to music.
divisions, the way that
Yep.
he sings and how he divides and breaks up the song. You're gonna see a lot of that on this next song, Capim.
That's
Like,
what makes his songs so hard to play as well and sing.
and to sing too. The
'Cause, like,
divisions are
his
very
divisions
hard.
are insane.
You see, like we have our friend Masito here saying, it's hard. This is a song that has the divisions are so hard and very, very hard to sing. But it's a beautiful song. Let's go with Capim. And the bass.
Oh yeah, the bass is
The
what
bass
really
with a
takes
like
the song.
little slap there, just. And then the brass.
The bass and the trumpets is what really drives this song.
Now pay attention how he sings in the divisions. And how the rhythm is almost like there's an intentional.
He's like offbeat.
Yeah.
Not to mention the lyrics are like tongue twisters in and of themselves.
Now it breaks up in an even more difficult division. Listen to that. Not everybody can do this.
No, yeah, Mama typing out the lyrics, like imagine, like tongue twister. It's literally a tongue twister.
And the lyrics of Djavan are known to be very, very complex.
Oh yeah.
But you ask him and he goes and explains everything.
What was the one about besouro?
Açaí. It's
Açaí.
from this album. We're gonna play it.
I still don't understand what that means.
I think a lot of people don't. But I'll try my
Açaí.
best when we get to it. And there's little flutes, there's little brass, all.
Oh yeah.
And goes a little samba now.
He sings so offbeat of the song, but it still works. It's so silly.
It is. This is a really hard song.
Yeah.
It's a tongue twister.
It really is a tongue twister.
I think this is a song that someone that's not native speaker Portuguese would never dare.
Oh, never. Oh,
It's
never.
hard even for us.
No, that's not. It was really funny. I was talking to a friend, and we were talking about the Rio soundtrack for the movie. And one of the songs is called like Forró de Fruta.
Oh,
And
that's hard.
they were like, I said the name, and they were like, Forró?
Oh yeah.
Feijão? Forró? I was like, I was trying to help them pronounce it.
And then song is really fast too.
They got it. They got it quick though.
Yeah.
It's a mix of O and Ah. That's
Yeah.
why it's so hard. And it's a lot of throat. That's why it's so hard for English speakers to say it.
Yeah.
Because English is very consonant.
Your mom is saying, oh, look at this version. It's a slow one. There are people that sing this song at a faster pace.
Oh,
and
definitely.
God damn it.
It's like,
It's crazy. It is crazy. And another solo, iconic, because the people who play on this album are just like the creme de la creme.
Oh yeah. The synth.
The synth, right? 80s synth. With a little portamento. And a fade out is like, it's crazy, man. I love the SPC ao vivo turbinada. Yes, I get the joke. I get the reference there. And then this one,
Oh my
guys,
God.
I mean, look, I'll say today is my mom's birthday.
Happy birthday!
And this is one, like, our, in Brazil, we use a lot of WhatsApp to communicate. So if people don't know, but our WhatsApp
Our
group,
messages is WhatsApp.
our WhatsApp group with my parents is called Ouro de Mina. And for an obvious reason, which is based on this song, Pai e Mãe, Ouro de Mina, translating that to English, mom and dad, there are gold from the mine.
Yeah,
I mean,
gold from mine.
Gold from mine. So let's go with Sina, guys, which this one is an absolute, like so many versions, every new concert of Djavan. Like, this is a song that he plays like in every show, every concert that he does. On every new band, he comes with a new arrangement for it, different styles, but this is kind of the very original. Let's go with Sina from Djavan. And that goes to my mom. And the little beat, right? The cowbell.
It's very Brazil. The little beat, the little cowbell is so Brazil.
And this already goes in much more in the Latin than other stuff, right, from the album.
The vocals.
And the vocals.
Oh, the vocals are really nice in this song. The harmonies.
Just listen to that. Can I sing along with you?
Pai e mãe, ouro de mina,
Coração, desejo ensina
tudo mais, pura rotina jaz. Toca seu nome pra poder falar de amor, minha princesa, a lua
da natureza,
tudo mais, pura beleza jaz. A luz de grande prazer
The break.
é irremediável neon. Quando o grito do prazer açoitar no ar, Réveillon. O luar, estrela do mar, o sol e o dom. Quiçá um dia a fúria desse flor virá lapidar o sonho até gerar o som. Como querer caetanear o que é de bom. O luar, estrela do mar, o sol e o dom. Quiçá um dia
It's such a simple, like instruments, but the arrangement is what really makes this song so good.
Como querer caetanear o que é de bom.
Que falou?
The comments. And this one is like interesting. Another kind of curious thing. It's like Djavan is Djavan Caetano Viana. And then Caetano Veloso, another famous Brazilian singer, it's Caetano Veloso Viana something. So they have this kind of Djavaniar and Caetaniar as verbs that come from this song. And there's actually a video on YouTube where they sing this song together. They are like
Oh yeah,
very
it's
young.
a very nice video.
You gotta look up this video. It's amazing. Djavan e Caetania. Djavan e Caetania. And before Google became a verb, there was Djavania and Caetania.
Djavania.
Before Twitter, to tweetar became a verb. There was
Real.
Djavania and Caetania. Pai, mãe.
Ouro de mina, coração, desejo e sina, tudo o mais, pura rotina.
This is one of the songs I remember specifically hearing while you were making barbecue.
Falar de amor.
And playing too, when I was like sitting on the piano
Oh,
to
yeah.
play, right? That's a classic. And playing, playing with at home when I am with
Yeah.
my parents, with my brother, like this is like a song we always play.
Luz de grande prazer é irremediável, neon.
It's so hard to translate the lyrics. to
Oh,
the music.
I'm not gonna even try.
Like-
Réveillon, o luar, estrela
Sina
do mar, o
in
sol e o
English?
dor, quiçá dia a
It's like
fúria
your destiny
desse
too. It's like almost like a karma.
It's like your fate.
Yeah, it's kind of fate. There's a better word. I'm just
No,
not.
yeah.
Yeah.
O que há de bom, o luar, estrela
I always blank whenever people tell me to translate something.
Oh, this is the Djavan songs are nearly untranslatable.
vira
Yeah.
vida, o sonho até gerar o som, como querer Caetania, o que há de bom.
And the vocals again.
Whenever this song comes on, everyone starts clapping. It's great.
This is a classic, man.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
This Djavan, like again.
It's like.
And
it's
this version
the song.
is chill. The latest version that he plays with his current band is like a crazy pace rock and roll. Oh
Oh, yeah.
And it's like much faster pace. The live version that he's playing, kind of like on the most recent kind of show. So this Cena version of Cena is like actually super chill. Now we're gonna go to another kind of slow and beautiful song. This one I actually have to make an attempt to translate.
Oh yeah.
This song is named Pétala, which means petal in English. But in my opinion, Djavan, like the poetry of Djavan on how he defines love
Oh
is
yeah.
in this song is something that I think is, for me, is the best definition, because he goes into almost like a mathematical approach to it. Then he goes to a mystical approach to it, and then he goes to
He really was a
in the-
poet when
in
it
the-
came
in
to
the
music.
Third, in the third, he just goes and says, I'm not gonna even try to define what love is, because love is just love. So he goes and say something like this, by being exact, love cannot fit in itself. By being enchanted, love reveals itself, which is the mystical.
Yeah.
And then the other one is like, I'm just not gonna try to define or anything. It's like, by being love, it invades, and that's it. And then how he gets those three things combined together in a part of this song, it's just, for me, like one of the best kind of like one of the smartest or more kind of like poetic definitions of love.
No, yeah, he really was a poet when it came to music, and it was like when even in these songs, like all of it is still relevant to today. Like even
Oh, yeah.
this was like what 1982? Is that what it was?
1982, this album. So your
Like-
mom actually found out it's the 5th album from Deja Vu.
Mm-hmm. Even then, it was relevant then as in relevant now. Like
Yes.
it's still a timeless classic.
So let's go with Petala, which is for me one of the most beautiful love songs of all time. And this definition of love that I just told you guys is just like it blows my mind every time I hear this song. So let's go Deja Vu, Petala. And just the boom of the bass. It started
Oh,
the
yeah.
song is so nice.
Oh my god, if you look at the the sound file. Oh, okay, it was a glitch.
O seu amor.
Oh, your mom is translating the lyrics. I love it. Glitters like treasure.
Que nem riqueza, asa do meu destino. Clareza do
There's probably some translation out there,
But it's- I
but
don't
it
know, it's
doesn't
so hard.
compare.
Yeah.
It does not compare. You just need to know the language in order to understand.
This is hard to get. I mean, Deja Vu songs in general.
Yeah.
Oh
my love.
Oh my love.
This is beautiful. To live
É todo
is all the sacrifice
sacrifício
made in your
feito em
name.
seu nome. Quanto mais
That's my favorite line. Todo sacrifício feito em teu
In
nome.
seu nome. All the sacrifice made in your name.
Yeah, that's my favorite line.
muito mais eu vejo.
And that's the only one we can properly translate.
Now is the part that I say, you know,
Por ser
by being exact,
exato, o
love
amor
doesn't fit in
não
itself.
cabe em si.
Yep.
Por
By being
ser
enchanted,
encantado,
love reveals itself as
o
magic,
amor
right?
revela-se. Por ser
And by being loved,
amor,
look at the tension now.
invade e
This tension that resolves. It's just incredible.
Your love invades me.
And the saxophone. Just enjoy that.
Oh my god, the saxophone. I love the saxophone.
How many times in Brazil has this song been played on like a wedding or something like that? So classic.
Again, the saxophone is what really drives this song. There's always one instrument that drives the song. And it's always different.
This song is so beautiful.
I really like that he lets other instruments shine in his
Shine.
music.
Especially in this album. I mean, so many great musicians. You have to just enjoy that.
encantado, o amor revela-se. Por ser amor, invade e fim.
That's the end. And the
Crazy.
piano just. And you think that the song is gonna end.
Nope.
You think that's gonna end. But man,
It just comes.
wait for the beat drop of the 80s.
Por ser
Slow motion.
It's just so perfect how he goes back to the piano and then he comes full force again.
Por ser encantado, o amor revela-se. Por
I'm like now dedicating songs, and this one goes, Nana, that goes for you.
Aw. Aw.
All right, guys, this is just like, I mean, this song is just, whoa. Love invades and that's the end. It's just like, there's no explanation for what love is. It's really that. Okay, so another one called Banho de Rio, which is like, bathe, a
Bathe
bath on
in
the
a
river,
river,
right? Which is also one of those songs, like one of the few songs of this album that is less mainstream,
Yes.
but it's also, again, a beautiful song. So let's go with Banho de Rio.
Wow.
And this one, the guitar actually does
Yep.
a lot of the. You have a lot of him, like, I just want to pause to say, like, on this entire album, because, the first album of Djavan is called The Voice and Guitar of Djavan. This entire album, you don't have a song up to now, up to this one, where you have him playing the guitar.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like the typical Djavan guitar.
Uma coxa de brim.
Again, another classical arrangement. That's very, like,
Desejou pra mim.
The string on this song is just like the violin,
Fumega lampião na
at that.
parede.
which almost, goes back to kind of like agony.
Yeah.
That little high note of the violin is like agony.
it's even hard to hit that note on a violin, bro. You have to go.
But it's there.
Dias como
It
bois
goes back
passam e
to
nem
relax,
me
and then dials up. But you see how the violin just dials up the tension
Yeah.
on top of
meu
everything.
cantador.
It goes from nothing to tension to agony.
Deseja pra
Yep.
quê?
Right?
Yup. This is one of the most emotional songs.
Assim, sem saber. Prazer nenhum. Sem meu amor.
Without my love,
Não tomo
I want
banho de
bathe in the river. That's what it says.
Nem sou feliz tão cedo.
The classical arrangement reminds me a lot of Cody Fry. Fly.
Yeah?
Sem meu
Is it fly
You
or
have to
fry?
show me.
Cody Fry?
I don't know, but you have to show me. But I love
Cody Fry is the one who
Nem sou feliz.
he got a Grammy for making a Beatles arrangement, a classical Beatles
Oh,
arrangement.
wow. Okay.
He also
I know what you're talking
did,
about now.
Now I Hear a Symphony.
I see. Yes.
And now I hear a symphony.
Yes. Oh, you guys should look up this song. I Hear a Symphony from Code Fry.
Cody Fry.
Cody
It's
Fry.
Cody Fry.
It's beautiful.
Deseja pra quê?
And this one kind of reflects a lot of like Djavan upbringing in the northeast of Brazil, where you have kind of this kind of,
Sem saber.
he talks about slow days and boys, which is like bulls that pass by and things like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that. Taking a bathing in the river is a very kind of countryside, small town type of thing to do, right? Just that.
Yeah.
Without my love, I won't bathe. I
This
will
is
not
also
bathe.
another song that's like hard to sing.
Oh yeah,
Like breathing wise, like when do you breathe in this?
because they have those very long phrases that you're holding, right?
yeah.
So now he's holding this note, and then he immediately has to come back.
Yeah.
Right? He's holding amor, and then he has to kind of come back right away.
tão cedo.
Also, timing wise.
Yeah.
Sem meu amor, não tomo banho de rio, nem
You saw how he
sou
held now the note,
Yeah.
like
tão cedo.
the heel. And the end.
Oh my god.
With the violin going
What a
like
nice
high, very
song.
high note and stuff. So Gabi, now is the one. Zum de besouro imã.
Zundi Besouro. What does that mean?
So this is actually not only one of like more complex kind of lyrics of Djavan, but it's also one song that a lot of people like, you know, basically sing wrong.
yeah.
Like on one of the top charts of Djavan. So this next song, it's called Açaí. So
Also, people don't know acai is a Brazilian thing. It's really funny because when I
some
tell
people
them,
do, but some people don't.
most
yes.
people don't.
Yeah.
I've told people like, "Oh, you know acai comes from Brazil, right?" And they're like, "Huh?
Yes.
Oh."
And it's not acai.
And they don't even know it's like
It's not acai.
acai bowl.
Yeah, acai. It's not acai. It's açaí. So,
Acai.
and you know, Brazil has the Portuguese language has things that don't kind of like are very uncommon in other languages. I mean, just to say no, you have to say não, which is the nasal. But we have the cedil on this song that does the sa sound, so asa, and then we have the accent on the I, which kind of inflection on the I, so it's açaí.
Yeah.
And the I has a E sound in Brazil.
Mama's saying in the comments, Zoom de Besouro is the sound of a beetle. Okay,
Yes.
but like, what does that have to do with the rest?
I know, I know, but it's kind of connecting things, right? It's like Açaí, The Guardian, this, you know,
But the acai, the
the
garden,
sound of a
like,
beetle, and then it's like how those things
how
are
do
connected.
those things connect? That's my
Right?
question.
And that's actually people ask Djavan this question. He has actually answers that. I'm seeing I'm gonna remember his answer, but he says, you know, in the north of Brazil, you know, going to the trees and kind of harvesting acai is a way of living for a lot of people. And then, you know, while they're doing that, you are like in the Amazon forest, so you have like, you know, mosquitoes and beetles and things like that. While you're doing that work, there's always this going around type of thing. And then they go to start very early, so they say, you know, white is the kind of like the how can I say, the taste is, oh my god, it's hard to translate taste, but it's like white is the early morning, the early morning is white. And then when you connect that with people kind of going to the Amazon forest and working, a lot of stuff actually starts to make more sense. And you know, Djavan's like, oh, this is a crazy song. It's like, no, it's not that crazy. Let me explain to you. And he kind of goes on the entire explanation. It's amazing. So if you ever want to like, you know, see that, you can look it up. Like Djavan explains acai, and then you will get the explanation. Okay, let's go with Açaí from Djavan, which is another song that is hit. He sings in every concert. Every time you have to pick the song. And he continues. There are, you know, several different arrangements for this song in every album, every concert. He does a slightly different version for it. So let's go with Djavan, Açaí. And just the beginning. Another, the vocalizations, right?
Yeah.
Solidão.
Solitude in the morning, you see?
De
Yeah.
manhã,
The people going and working, the solitude in the morning.
poeira tomando assento,
Harvesting the açaí,
rajada de
dust,
vento,
Yeah.
som de
wind.
assombração. coração, sangrando toda palavração, a paixão.
And there are parts that
Puro
I
afã,
just cannot make it up. This is like
Yeah.
místico clã de
Místico clã de sereia.
castelo de areia e a de
Sandcastle.
tubarão.
Sharks.
Sharks.
It's so crazy and it's so beautiful.
Illusion.
O sol brilha por si, açaí guardiã, zum de besouro, imã, branca é a tez da manhã.
White is the
Açaí
sunrise.
guardiã, zum de besouro, imã, branca é a tez da manhã. Açaí guardiã, zum de besouro, imã, branca é a tez da manhã.
And I like the beat.
Açaí guardiã, zum de besouro, imã, branca é a tez da manhã.
This time. And the piano, boom, 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 kind of coming down.
Yeah.
Just listen to that. Yes, Elena. Those lyrics, they are worth thesis, a doctorate thesis on Djavan poetry.
What does it mean?
Yeah, they're insane.
Som de assombração, coração sangrando toda palavra, sangue, la pasión,
And he throws in Spanish, La Pasión.
puro afã,
La Pasión.
místico clã de sereia.
I recently watched Rio in Portuguese. Not Portuguese, Spanish.
Oh God, is that good? The voice of the song?
It's the voicing's pretty good. The funny thing is like some of the songs they just leave in Portuguese.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
it's not like songs that are like Brazilian like by default. It's like
I get it.
random songs. I was like, I wonder why.
Well, it's close enough.
But in every in the English version they translate almost every song. So they translated some songs but they left some songs in Portuguese.
But English is more distant, right, for people to get it.
Yeah.
Portuguese and Spanish kind of close. So. Hold on. You have this little. So guys, I want to, for you guys who are coming here right now, I want to show this picture again. So you see Ronnie Foster on the bottom left of the picture, and then you see, of course, Djavan and Stevie Wonder. But behind them, there's this guy, Jerry Hay, and he is a very, very famous kind of brass and horn. He's like plays trumpet and all sorts of like instruments on that. And he's like, basically arranged a lot of stuff at that point in time. And then Earth, Wind, and Fire, all those kind of like horn and brass, phrases is all kind of Jerry Hay. So this song is Finge, which means it's thinks. Is actually one that there has kind of like some of those phrases that you're going to recognize that are very, very close to things that you go listen to Earth, Wind, and Fire, and you listen to kind of some of the phrases here on this song is Finge. You're going to see how similar, and you're going to see his signature style on some of those phrases. So Let me play Esfinge from Djavan, which means Sphinx. And another thing that I want to say about this song, it has very interesting kind of divisions and breaks on the drum and the rhythm that make the song kind of really, really, really nice. So let's go with Esfinge from Djavan, and then again listen to the brass and horns arrangements on this song. They are really kind of highlight kind of Jerry Hayes, power and prowess. Fun fact, an artist, a Brazilian artist, more recent Brazilian artist, Pedro Mariano, which is like son of Elisa Regina. One of his dreams was like to actually record with Jerry Hay, which he did on his most recent albums. Like, the producer asked him like, "What do you want? Like, tell me anything you want." And then he said, "I want Jerry Hay," kind of making an arrangement for a song. And then, they talk. I mean, his sister used to live in LA, so they talk it out and kind of arrange for Jerry Hay to participate on the album. But, so famous this guy is for all those things that he does. So listen to Esfinge from Djavan and pay attention to the brass and horn arrangements there. The divisions too. This is very hard song to sing as well, like Capim.
Yeah. His songs are just hard to sing in general.
True.
Sing and play. They're just too complex.
This break now, after this section, is very difficult. Nice DX7 piano. It's very simple now, right?
Yeah.
And he worked with Michael Jackson too, Jerry.
Oh, yeah. He practically worked with everyone
On that from that
Yeah.
time, right? And it still works these days. He still had worked with a bunch of artists too. Now the brass starts to come.
I love the brass in the song. It's so iconic.
O canto do mar com minha voz de cantor e fazer do meu canto
And
gado tão
it's growing, right? The song is growing.
que só grande amor atinge.
His music is so like summer.
E seu
It's like
coração
you're listening
No.
to this during summer.
e seu coração
very simple.
e seu coração desfinge. E seu coração desfinge. O mar
It goes back very simple.
vazou de uma paixão, atravessou meus
It's also interesting that most of the songs on this album are like 4 minutes.
minha mão.
About, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of how they.
Caiu no chão em doces gotas de amor,
That's true.
evaporou na noite.
Some of the musicians attended
Oh,
his
yeah,
show
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Céu de
First row was like full of, musicians and people.
You should talk about how you went to the.
Oh yeah, I will.
You should talk about how you went to the show here in LA.
seu amor.
Now the brass is just coming
Sabe
in.
de tudo fazer, pode ter jeito de acasalar o canto do mar com minha voz de cantor e fazer do meu canto brado
growing.
tão
It's
fundo
growing.
que
It's
só
coming.
grande de amor atinge pra amolecer.
Now, man, the brass comes in, the horns, like.
E seu coração desfinge.
Listen to that now.
E seu coração desfinge. Ai, eu dou. Oh, yeah. Seu coração desfinge.
That's very Jerry Hay, you know? That's
Yeah. I wish I could play saxophone. I feel like that's so cool.
Oh, man. So, this one, actually, the one that's coming now, is the last song of the album.
Oh.
Officially. Okay? So this one is interesting because it's very rare that you see a lot of fade outs on this song. This one actually has a fade in. And it's kind of like nice. It's kind of like a
It's my
very
sister.
like
That's
a like
the
a
name of the
samba,
song.
you know, with kind of a nice fast pace, but it has a fade in. It kind of starts like, you know, and grows up in the volume. So let's go. This last one is it's called Minha Irmã, My Sister. It's the last song of the album. I do have a few extras, bonus songs for us to play.
Bonus songs.
Yes, which are
Oh my
newer
God.
newer versions.
You're spoiling them.
Newer versions of Djavan songs from this album that I think are worth for us to listen to. Okay, so let's go with the last one from the album officially, which is Minha Irmã, which has a fade in, which is very, very interesting. And this one is hard to sing too. It's very fast.
It's so catchy. No, it's funny because it's been saying the beat per measure, or is it beat per minute?
Yeah, bits per minute.
Okay, so it's saying the beat per minute for all of these songs so far have been like 80, 90. This one's like 107.
Yeah.
So like, it's so catchy.
And it's a little samba, right?
Yeah.
But the brass as well shines on this one.
Vento cantou na mata, trovão
It's very fast.
Filho de Juca que Rai matou. Mãe disse que eu botasse olho em você, então passa pra dentro.
This is another second language you can
Vento cantou na mata,
sing this
trovão
song.
roncou.
Oh,
Too
yeah.
fast.
Filho de Juca que Rai matou. Mãe disse que eu botasse olho em você, então passa pra dentro.
And the
menino,
piano
vai
just-
chover. Vento cantou na mata, trovão roncou.
He's singing
Filho
on
de
the
Juca
offbeat
que Rai
too, like-
matou.
Yeah.
Mãe disse
What
que
are
eu
you
botasse
doing?
olho em você, então passa pra dentro, menino, vai chover.
Another
Vento cantou na mata, trovão
highlight the
roncou.
horns
Filho de
on
Juca
this
que
song.
Rai matou. Mãe disse que eu botasse olho em você, então passa pra dentro, menino, vai chover.
This is very, very Latin music.
And the organ.
Very quick, very fun ending.
Right? And then it fades out. It fades in and fades out, which is an interesting kind of like,
I
you know.
wonder why.
Right? It's also a very short song. My theory is like they
They were
basically
playing
recorded
around.
it and then they just kind of recorded like a session type of thing going
Yeah.
on between the musicians
They
and that
recorded
was
like
it.
playing around the musician.
Yeah, there was
playing
just
around or
like, you know, my
something.
theory is that and then they kind of like cut the beginning and cut the end and just like put like some good part on the middle and that's why this song is only 2 minutes. Right? And there's a lot of instrumental too. It's almost like the
yeah.
musicians are having fun with that one. So that said, I think, you know, I want to play some new renditions, just show to people how universal those songs are. You know, they're like new artists who kind of like did new renditions, and I think, you know, I'm gonna show you guys now a rendition from of Samurai by Ed Mota. Which
Yeah.
is like nephew with Tim Maya, another famous. We're gonna do Tim Maya at some point. I think we
Oh,
have on our
definitely.
calendar. But you know, Ed Mota, he has like, he's one of those guys where like voice as an instrument is something, and his arrangements are really, really sophisticated. I love his rendition of Samurai, and that's kind of I wanted to play for you guys now. This beautiful rendition of Samurai by Ed Mota, which is the first song we heard featuring Stevie Wonder. Now we're gonna hear it again, but in a different version from another artist.
There's so many versions of his songs.
Right?
Funny story about this one. This one you cannot find online. Papa had to sort of record a disc and like upload it onto Apple Music in order for him to listen to it.
Yeah, I have a what they call Apple Match or something, or iTunes Match, which kind of some songs I can have it them on the cloud.
Yeah.
But you can't find this one very easy. It's from an album called Djavan Songbook, with our other artists singing Djavan. But you see the vocalization?
Yeah. I also like his voice a lot.
Oh yeah, he has incredible stuff.
You should talk about the show Djavan in LA.
Oh, I will. And the organ, the Rhodes there, not the organ, the Rhodes. So he fused the space with the little Rhodes piano instead of Stevie Wonder's harmonica.
His is very more like jazz.
Right? It's a very different arrangement.
Yeah.
Now I love this part.
Eu quis lutar contra o poder do amor. Caí nos pés do vencedor para ser o serviçal do samurai. Mas eu tô tão feliz.
This part is beautiful.
Amor atrás.
And voice as an instrument.
Crescer, luar, pra iluminar as trevas fundas da paixão. Eu quis contra o poder.
He also puts his own sort of vocalized
Right?
things on there.
Para ser o serviçal do samurai.
So, he with the voice. Just,
When did he make this version?
I'm not sure. I will have to look it up. Simplicidade, sofisticação e música. Yes. Simplicity, sophistication, and music. Ed Mota. I love his stuff. But you see, the voice as an instrument is a very characteristic thing of him.
Yeah.
Now, comes a nice guitar. And the ending is amazing. But you see how he explores the
Yeah.
guitar, now the Rhodes piano, his own voice, so you have a lot of kind of work with the solos there. Really sophisticated. Pure jazz.
Yeah.
His voice again as an instrument.
Crescer, luar, pra iluminar as trevas fundas da paixão. Eu quis lutar contra o poder do amor. Caí nos pés do vencedor para ser o serviçal.
So you have the Japanese.
Sal.
like the Japanese kind of geisha
Yeah.
type of thing. It's just so beautiful.
The beat just slows down. It's like a marching band.
So, and now after this one, I mean, just one thing. I mean, I went to Djavan. We just went to Djavan recently, May, earlier this year, to the tour D. His latest album is amazing. There's like this song Iluminado, which is a beautiful song he has with his family. But you know, it was beautiful. We were like first row. We were so close. We saw the entire band. You know, there's a moment that we had kind of like, you know, hands up, and then he kind of comes and kind of,
I'll never
like,
wash my hand again.
I never wash my hand again. I just love him. He's the greatest artist. But I would say, you know, remember Petala that we heard before. There is this rendition of Petala from the late Gal Costa, which is, oh my God. I mean, this is one that's hard to say, like, you know, which version is better, because they are equally top notch, and Gal Costa just puts so emotion in singing this song, and that's gonna be our last song tonight. But I could not put this version
Oh yeah.
of Petala from Gal Costa, which is a rendition, beautiful rendition of, you know, the original from the album Luz. So Gal Costa, Petala. So just listen to that one. This, I mean, you just have to enjoy this.
You can't even say anything about it. Like you just like.
And we just lost Gal Costa
Yeah.
so recently. I could not have this song. Such a beautiful. And the arrangement's all piano, more piano based. So it's whoa. It's a punch on the face. This one.
Yeah.
It's just like.
This one's even sadder than like.
It's sadder than the
Yeah.
original. Yeah. It's much more introspective. Right? Voice as an instrument. And again.
I love her voice.
No, and it, like, to dare interpret Djavan, especially in this song, you need to like be a Gal Costa. You need to
Oh,
be
yeah.
someone like. Not anyone can do this. Not everyone can do this. It's piano.
Por ser exato, o amor não cabe em si. Por
But this one, Gabi, has a beat drop too.
A beat drop, boom, 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 boom.
O amor revela-se.
Really,
See how it's really on the piano now and everything, right?
really funny side note. Beat drops in music can be like so, like monumental.
Now, pay attention. Pay attention.
Here it comes. Like, you could be. There was this video I was watching for an assignment, and it was supposed to be a serious topic, but then the background, there was just like some rave beat drop.
It doesn't work, right?
It was really funny because it was talking about how like methane is like affecting the climate change, and all of a sudden it's like, womp, 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 womp. How do I react to that? Like,
doesn't fit, right?
Yeah. Be careful what music you pick for
Yeah.
your documentary.
I mean, music is such a, we talked about this all the time. Music is such an important part of, like, you know, when you do a film, when you do things like that, music is part of that.
Oh,
The
yeah.
emotion that it conveys, everything. You can't like mismatch what you're trying to do or to say.
Todo sacrifício feito em seu nome.
This piano on this song is just
Quanto mais desejo, beijo
and
seu.
it's just riffing like a la Nina Simone, you know, you have
Uh-huh.
those little riffs going on.
Muito mais.
It's like blues.
Yeah, there's a bluesy kind of vibe to it. Right, this boom 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 semitone kind of downs and kind of little riffs.
O amor não cabe em si. Por ser encantado, o amor revela-se. Por ser amor, invade e fim.
I think we got
What? Oh? Should I say we just got suspended?
I think we got suspended.
Yeah, Mama can't see anything.
It's like we broke down YouTube. All right.
Oh my god.